There's a lot of anecdotal advice around on improving your marriage. But if you want something you can really use that will actually make a difference and reignite your marriage, check out the link in the description below.
The question, when is divorce the right choice for a couple? Answer by Michelle Clark. 19th-century author Leo Tolstoy observed, "What counts in making a happy marriage is not so much how compatible you are, but how you deal with incompatibility." Divorce is to adultery what price gouging is to armed robbery, essentially the same crime, varying only in degree of brutality, said Dr. David Crabtree, president of Gutenberg College. Adultery is character assassination, it is the breaking of one's solemn promise, it is the treacherous betrayal of one's closest friend. Divorce involves the same kind of betrayal. It may be legal, but it is still nasty. There are obviously circumstances that make divorce a necessary evil, like physical abuse. It is still a tragedy and causes a great deal of pain. Source: divorce. Is it the answer? Resources: marriage assessment. Discover strengths and weaknesses in your marriage. Answer by Jared Busby. There was a man who went out hiking and got his arm stuck in a rock. For days he languished in the heat, without food or water, and he came to the realization that he was going to die. So instead of waiting for his death, he cut off his arm, put on a tourniquet, and ran for help. He lived. Divorce is metaphorically the equivalent to cutting off your arm. It will maim you financially, emotionally, spiritually, and rip your family to pieces. Many people think divorce is a quick and easy fix. It's not. Instead, think of it like cutting off your arm. If your hand was missing a finger, would you cut off your arm? Nope. Then why get diverted just because your spouse isn't good at something? If your arm had staph infection, would you cut off your arm? Nope, you would try medicine first. So why not work on your marriage instead of letting things go wrong? Do you maintain your arm and respond to it when it's hurting? Do the same for your spouse. I am not saying there is never a time that divorce won't save your life. Some people have to cut their arms off. Only fools cut off their arms and get divorced willy-nilly. Answer by David Wynn. People ask me the weirdest things. But I'll give it the old college try. 2 cases, in my opinion. 1. A relationship that becomes abusive, or destructive for one or both members of a party. This is quite obvious to any outside observer, but oftentimes a partner will be hopelessly dedicated to something that either died, or was never really there. If someone turns to violence to express themselves, you cannot hope to salvage the relationship as it should have been. Marriage is about supporting teamwork, honesty, respect, and love. If you bring violence into the picture, you violate all of that. I don't think this needs much elaboration. 2. Your life goals just don't align anymore. If one of you is fiscally responsible while the other burns through cash incessantly, you have very different life goals. I would encourage you to do everything you can to work this issue out. If you can't though, leaving the issue unresolved will cause strain on both members, as neither is supportive of the other's goals. This, as I have seen anyway, will lead to recrimination between spouses. Recrimination festers into anger, anger into loathing, spiraling into a series of ever more negative feelings for one another. Another example, kids. Some people want them, and some people don't. Neither is a view that is wrong. But if you want kids, and your spouse doesn't, you have to compromise on the issue. If neither of you can, or will, you can't achieve your desires in a positive, beneficial manner. At that point, maybe that person isn't the one for you. That's my opinion, anyway. Far better to extricate yourself early from a relationship while you are both on speaking terms. If you both understand that you cannot achieve what you want in life together, it makes the separation much easier, and doesn't leave the lasting scars an ugly divorce inflicts.